One evening, after a long day of teaching, Jesus told his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side of the lake." So they got into a boat and set out across the Sea of Galilee. And as they sailed, Jesus lay down and fell asleep. Suddenly, a violent storm swept across the lake. The wind roared, the waves crashed over the sides of the boat, and the disciples struggled to keep bailing out the water. Now, these guys were experienced fishermen. They knew this lake. They knew how to handle a boat. But this was not your ordinary storm. This was a ferocious, almost supernatural display of nature's fury, and they were terrified. They rushed to Jesus and cried out, "Lord, save us, we're going to drown." Jesus woke up, looked at the wind and the raging waves, and with a powerful voice said, "Peace, be still." And instantly the wind stopped, the waves became calm, and the boat was still. Turning to his disciples, Jesus asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" The disciples were amazed. They looked at each other in disbelief and whispered, "Who is this man? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Have you ever been in a situation like this? You know, when everything around you seems to be falling apart, when the winds of change are blowing fiercely and the waves of trouble are crashing over you, when it feels like you're being tossed and turned by circumstances beyond your control. In those moments, it's easy to feel afraid, isn't it? It's easy to doubt, to question, to panic. But the story of Jesus calming the storm reminds us that no matter how fierce the storms in our lives may be, no matter how dark the clouds that gather above us, Jesus has the power to bring peace. He is the voice that can calm the raging winds of anxiety and the pounding waves of fear. He is the anchor that holds us steady in the midst of the storm. He is the light that shines through the darkness, guiding us towards calm waters. Think about it. When the disciples were in that boat, they had every right to be scared. The storm was intense, and their boat was in danger of capsizing. They were surrounded by powerful forces that threatened to overwhelm them. But do you notice what Jesus did? In the midst of the chaos, he calmly got up, looked at the situation, and spoke. And his words were simple yet powerful. "Peace, be still." Sometimes, friends, we make the mistake of trying to fight the waves instead of surrendering to the stillness that's within the storm. We try to hold on to our plans and our timelines and our ways, when all along Jesus is calling us to let go. He wants us to trust that he is in control. You see, the disciples didn't understand why Jesus didn't calm the storm earlier, but maybe he allowed the storm to rage so that they would see how powerless they were in the face of nature's fury. Maybe he wanted to show them that he alone was their hope, just like he is our hope. When we face our own storms, big or small, may we remember that Jesus is with us. He may not always calm the storm immediately, but he will be with us in the boat. And in his perfect timing, he will say to us, "Peace, be still," not just in our circumstances, but also in our hearts. I pray that this story will remind you that no matter what you're facing today, Jesus has the power to bring peace into your heart and into your life. Trust in his perfect timing. Trust in his love for you, and know that he will never, ever leave you or forsake you. If this story blessed you, subscribe to our channel for more uplifting Bible stories and messages of hope. And until next time, may the peace of Jesus be with you.